This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. We're located at 9630 Farragut Drive, Culver City, California, 90232. Today is November 6th, 2023. We're reporting a video sewer inspection through a 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout located on the along the left-hand side of the house. What appears to be just outside of possibly a kitchen window. This goes out towards the front of our property. This goes out towards the rear of our property. And this is our 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout. What we're going to do is we're just going to zero out here at the edge of the cleanout. And we're just going to drop down. And we're just going to take a good look. I'm just going to push out. We'll pull back just a little bit. And you can see as we drop down, you can see that we drop down and pull back just a little bit. It does appear to be vitreous clay, so we immediately transition to vitreous clay. We're going to push in slowly, and we'll push in just a little bit more. You can see we got a lot of root intrusion. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And again, more root intrusion. And again, this area here, you can see a very large root intrusion. We're just going to push out slowly. And again, you can see another large root intrusion in this area. And again, you can see that we're completely underwater here. We're holding water. And then we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And again, another fairly large root intrusion in this area. So what we'll do is we're just going to pause our mic here, and we're going to push all the way out. And again, we'll push all the way out to our city sewer tie, and then we'll locate that area, and then we'll pull back and take a good look. You can see that the vitreous clay is heavily root intruded, multiple root intrusions throughout. And it does appear that it does have quite a few cracks around the diameter of the vitreous clay sewer pipe. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And it does appear that as we continue to push out, it does appear that we transition to what appears to be a CIPP cured in place liner. It did appear that they put a liner in here. And again, then if we transition to what appears to be black ABS sewer pipe, and then we transition back to a liner. But again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out, and again, possibly reach our city sewer tie-in, and then from there we'll pull back and take a good look. And again, as we continue to push out, it does appear that we're transitioning back into a pull back just a little bit. This is our city sewer tie-in here. We're going to push into the water a little bit and try to rinse our camera lens. Okay, again, we went ahead and pushed all the way out into our city sewer tie-in. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to attempt to locate this area. We are at approximately 121 feet 1 inches on the camera monitor. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and we did mark it with an orange dot of paint in the alley, which is on the right-hand side of the house. And we did mark it with an orange dot of paint at approximately 7 foot 11 inches deep. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull back slowly. And that's our saddle area there. And joints appear to be in fair condition. That joint appears to be in fair condition. A little bit of root intrusion coming there. We're going to pause here. Here's where we start the liner. So I just want to see where this is running. There is a house next door to it, which is pretty much identical as far as footprint goes and the exterior and time of build. So we just want to see if this is actually running, possibly running through that other property. So again, we're just going to pause here for a moment and locate this area.
Okay, it appears that we have transitioned into a CIPP cured in place liner. This is the beginning of the liner, so we're just going to continue to pull back. Take a good look. Everything in the liner appears to be in fair and maintainable condition, so we're just going to continue to pull back. And continue to pull back. And we're going to pause here for a moment and locate this area. And this is where the CIPP cured in place liner ends. And we transition into black ABS. So we're going to pause here and locate. Okay, we did go ahead and locate this area. And it is approximately 3 foot 5 inches deep on the right hand side of the sidewalk in the neighbor's yard. And we're just going to continue to pull back, and you can see that we appears to be black ABS. And we're going to continue to pull back. No clean out. And we're going to actually push in real quick and locate here. And pause. Okay, we did go ahead and locate a mainline sewer clean out, and it is in the neighbor's house on the left-hand side of the walkway in their planter. And I can pull back here, and you can see that on the top of the camera, or on the top of our monitor, there is the mainline cleanout. And we transition back into a CIPP cured in place pipe liner. And it's so I'm going to continue to pull back, and it is a cured in place CIPP pipe cured in place pipe liner, and it seems to be in fair and maintainable condition. So we're just going to continue to pull back. Continue to pull back. All those joint, or all the CIPP cured in place pipe liner seems to be in fair and maintainable conditions. No large ripples or anything like that. So we're just going to continue to pull back. And we're going to make a little bit of a turn here, and then we're going to transition into a very large root intrusion, and appears to be an offset here. So we're going to pause here and locate. Okay, we did go ahead and we located this area at approximately 3 foot 5 inches deep with a red flag in the neighbor's yard. Sorry, excuse me, the front left-hand corner of the neighbor's yard. And you can see here that the roots are growing into the CIPP cured in place pipe liner, and there is a little bit of a belly being held up there and a very large root intrusion. And we're going to continue to pull back, and you can see that's where the cured in place pipe liner starts and the vitreous clay connects. And we are pulling back into vitreous clay, and you can see there's very large root intrusion, and it appears that it appears to look like ABS, but I could be mistaken. It is ABS, so we're just going to continue to pull back. We're going to pause here and mark it. Okay, we did go ahead and locate this area. So we're just going to continue to pull back. We are in vitreous clay. And we're going to pause here for a moment. This is where we transition back into black ABS. Okay, we located this area in the driveway, and we're just going to continue to pull back. Very large root intrusion in that joint there. Just going to continue to pull back. A little bit of roots in that joint as well. And a little bit of roots in there. And the better I get to look at it, it appears that it's just vitreous clay with a heavy dark tint to it. So it isn't actually black ABS. So we're just going to continue to pull back. And another very large root intrusion here. We're actually going to pause here for a moment and locate this area. Okay, we're just going to continue to pull back. And the vitreous clay line is very heavily root intruded. And you can see there that we are going underwater. And we're going underwater at approximately 62 feet 0 inches. Just in front of that root intrusion block in that joint there. So we're just going to continue to pull back.
About 20 feet and stop.
And continue to pull back. You can see it's very heavily rooted. And we're still in water. And we're just going to continue to pull back. And right here we come up and out of the belly. And we're at approximately 55 feet 1 inch on our camera monitor. So we're going to pause here and locate. Okay, we're just going to continue to pull back. And I'm going to continue to pull back. That joint seems to be in fair and maintainable condition. And that joint there is very heavily root intruded there. So we're just going to continue to pull back.
You see this one? This one's closed on the
And
yeah, it's like yeah, so it needs to be shoved back, and then they put a nail in this part of the screw.
it appears right here is a very
I want to do the same with it.
large crack in this joint. So we're going to push in a little bit and locate this area right here. Okay, we did go ahead and locate this area, and we're in the planter area next to the front door, next
Left-hand side.
on the left-hand side, excuse me. So we're just going to continue to pull back, and then you can see there, right in front of the joint, there is a full diameter crack around the pipe. So we're just going to continue to pull back. And some more heavily root intruded joint there. And you can see those roots bed all the way along the pipe there. And as well as in that joint too. So we're just going to continue to pull back. Continue to pull back. And seems to be a little bit of a flat spot there. Definitely holding some water. And we go approximately holding water at about 40 feet 1 inches on our camera monitor, and we're going to continue to pull back. And you can see here we go into a little bit of a belly. Continue to pull back. And we come out of it at about 30 feet or 31 feet 0 inches. So we're just going to continue to pull back, and you can see there another root intrusion, some more root intrusions there, and then we transition and we're making a turn, and it appears that we are still in vitreous clay. So we're going to make this turn and locate right here. Yeah, locate this because this is it's like a clay tee. Hold on. Okay, we did go ahead and locate this area, and it's 3 foot 0 inches deep on the left hand corner of the property. And you can see here we are holding a little bit of water in this turn, and we transition back into, well, it appears to be all vitreous clay, excuse me. And we make this little bit of a turn here. And we're just going to continue to pull back. And you can see there, very heavily root intruded on the top. We're just going to continue to pull back. And it is holding a lot of water. And it's holding approximately about 5 feet. We're actually going to push in because we're in black ABS. We actually transitioned somewhere in this belly here to black ABS. And it appears that there's an opening right here, so we're just going to push in a little bit and locate this area right here. Okay, we did go ahead and locate this area, and it is on the left-hand side of the property next to the gate, and it appears to be a clean out, but it just isn't brought up to grade. So definitely we could bring that up to grade. So we're just going to continue to pull back, and we come out of the belly there. And we're just going to continue to pull back, and you can see in that joint there is very heavily root intruded as well. We're just going to continue to pull back, as well as those joints too. Continue to pull back, make a little bit of a turn there, and you can see all that is very heavily root intruded. And there's a very large offset there. And that is at the bottom of the clean out there. So we're just going to continue to pull back, and we're going to pull up and out of our clean out, and that will conclude our video sewer inspection.